Imagine commanding respect the moment you enter a room, not through loud voices or aggression, but through an unshakable inner strength that others instinctively recognize. This power isn't found in the echo of your shout. It's forged in silence, calm, and clarity. In a world where volume often drowns out meaning, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism invites us to reclaim the true source of respect, our own steadfast presence. This video will take you on a transformative journey beyond the noise, revealing how to cultivate a commanding aura, rooted in self-control, dignity, and quiet confidence. You will discover how mastering your tone rather than your volume, setting unbreakable boundaries, harnessing the power of silence, aligning your actions with your words, and embodying calm firmness in moments of stress can shift how others perceive and respond to you. This is not just about appearing strong. It's about embodying strength through virtue and thoughtful self-mastery, turning everyday interactions into opportunities to inspire genuine respect. By embracing these 5 Stoic secrets, you'll begin to rewrite the story you tell the world and yourself, reflecting a resilience and presence that no shouting could ever replicate. Stay with me until the end, and you'll not only learn how to hold your ground with quiet power, but also ignite a deeper transformation, one that resonates far beyond any conversation, shaping both your character and your life. Okay. 5 secrets to command respect without raising your voice. 1. Control your tone, not your volume. 2. Set boundaries and enforce them. 3. Harness the power of silence. 4. Align your words with your actions. 5. Stay firm without losing your calm. If this is making sense to you so far, if you're feeling that quiet shift within yourself, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear these insights. Your engagement helps these messages reach more people who are searching for true strength in a world full of noise. We live in an age that often equates presence with noise. The loudest voice, the most rapid-fire response, the constant stream of updates. These are often mistakenly seen as indicators of importance or influence. Yet, true power, the kind that commands genuine respect, often resides not in what is said, but in the profound space between the words, in the deliberate, thoughtful application of silence. The Stoics understood that silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a powerful tool for self-mastery, for discerning truth, and for projecting an unshakable presence. Think about it. When someone is constantly speaking, constantly filling every void with their own voice, what message does that truly send? Often, it's a message of insecurity, a fear of being unheard, or perhaps even a subtle desperation to control the narrative. But the person who knows when to be silent, who can pause, listen, and truly absorb before responding, that person radiates a quiet confidence that is profoundly magnetic. This isn't about being taciturn or uncommunicative. It's about intentionality. It's about understanding that every word you utter carries weight. And sometimes, the most impactful communication comes from not speaking immediately. When you embrace silence, you create a space not just for others to speak, but for deeper thought to emerge within yourself. You allow the frantic energy of a conversation to dissipate, creating room for clarity and reason to take hold. Consider a contentious meeting at work. The moment a difficult question is posed, the immediate impulse for many is to jump in, to defend, to justify. But imagine if instead you met that question with a deliberate, calm silence. A few seconds of pause, allowing the question to hang in the air, allowing yourself to fully process it, and allowing others to feel the weight of their own words. This isn't a sign of weakness or confusion. It's a display of controlled processing. It signals that you are not reactive, that you are considering, that your response will be measured and thoughtful, not impulsive. This deliberate pause forces others to wait, to listen, and to, in a sense, earn your response. It subtly shifts the power dynamic. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic teachers, constantly reminded his students of the importance of listening. He advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This isn't just a quaint saying. It's a profound directive for cultivating wisdom, and by extension, respect. When you genuinely listen, when you create space for others to fully express themselves without interruption, you are demonstrating a profound respect for them. And in return, you earn their respect. You learn more. You understand more deeply. And your eventual contributions are far more informed and impactful. Harnessing the power of silence also extends to your internal world. In a world saturated with information and constant demands, finding moments of inner stillness is paramount. This isn't about meditating for hours, though that's valuable. It's about intentionally creating gaps in your day where you are simply present, observing, without the need to fill the void with distractions. A quiet walk, a few minutes contemplating the view from your window, or simply sitting with your thoughts before diving into the next task. These moments of silence are where you reconnect with your inner compass, where you can assess your true intentions, and where you reinforce your commitment to your values. When you are comfortable with your own silence, you project an aura of self-possession. You are not reliant on external validation or constant stimulation. You are a complete, self-contained entity. This inner calm translates outwardly. People perceive someone who is comfortable with silence as someone who is thoughtful, perhaps even profound. They sense that there is substance beneath the surface, that you are not easily swayed or rattled. Think of it in the context of leadership. A leader who knows how to listen, to observe, to allow others to contribute fully before making a decision, is often more respected than a leader who dominates every conversation. The silent leader empowers their team, fostering an environment where ideas can flourish. When such a leader does speak, their words carry greater weight precisely because they are not spoken lightly or impulsively. Moreover, silence can be a powerful diffuser of tension. When someone is speaking angrily or aggressively, the natural human instinct is to match their energy, to respond with equal volume or fervor. But what if you met that aggression with a calm, unwavering silence? Not an angry silence, but a considered, almost reflective silence. It can be disarming. It denies the aggressor the immediate reaction they seek, forcing them to confront their own intensity in the vacuum you've created. This isn't passive aggression. It's a stoic assertion of control over your own reactions, refusing to be drawn into a chaotic emotional exchange. It says, without a single word, I will not be dictated by your emotional state. I will engage with reason. Embracing silence allows you to develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. It provides the canvas upon which you can truly examine your thoughts, your reactions, and your motivations. Are you speaking out of genuine conviction or out of a need to be heard? Are you reacting emotionally or responding thoughtfully? Silence provides the necessary space for this introspection. This inner work, though unseen, profoundly shapes the outer person you present to the world. A person who is anchored, present, and commanding of respect. The Stoics believed that true virtue lies in living in accordance with nature, which, for a rational being, means living in accordance with reason. A cornerstone of this philosophy, and indeed a fundamental pillar of respect, is integrity. The unwavering alignment between what you say you will do and what you actually do. In a world increasingly filled with empty promises, grand pronouncements, and performative declarations, the person whose words are consistently matched by their actions stands out as a beacon of trustworthiness and reliability. Think about the people you genuinely respect. Are they the ones who make sweeping statements but rarely follow through? Or are they the ones who, perhaps with fewer words, consistently deliver on their commitments? It's almost always the latter. Respect is not merely given. It is earned meticulously through a long chain of consistent behavior. Your words are currency, and your actions are the proof of their value. If your words are often devalued by a lack of corresponding action, then over time, that currency becomes worthless in the eyes of others. Seneca, in his letters, often stressed the importance of character and consistency. He urged us not just to talk about virtue, but to practice it, to say you value honesty, but then engage in deceit, to claim you are disciplined, but constantly succumb to temptations, to promise support, but then abandon a friend in need. This creates a gaping chasm between your stated self and your actual self. This dissonance is immediately felt by others, even if unconsciously. It breeds distrust and erodes respect. People may nod politely, but deep down, they will know you are not entirely dependable, that your word is not your bond. In our modern lives, this principle manifests in countless ways. Consider a simple commitment. I'll get that report to you by end of day, or I'll call you back in 5 minutes, or I'll be there at 7 p.m. These are small promises, but their consistent fulfillment builds a strong foundation of reliability. Each time you keep your word, you reinforce your credibility. Each time you fail to, you chip away at it. It's not about being perfect, but about being consistently conscientious and taking your commitments seriously. If you genuinely cannot fulfill a promise, communicate it proactively, explain why, and offer an alternative. This too is an act of integrity that reinforces respect. This alignment also extends to your personal values. If you declare that you stand for justice, fairness, or compassion, your actions and daily interactions must reflect those values. If you advocate for a cause, but then behave in ways that contradict its principles, your advocacy rings hollow. This is particularly crucial in leadership roles, where the leader's actions set the tone and often speak louder than any mission statement. A leader who preaches transparency but operates in secrecy will never command true respect. Only compliance born of fear or obligation. But a leader who lives their values, who demonstrates integrity in their decisions and interactions, will inspire loyalty and genuine admiration. The Stoics emphasize that we are rational beings, and it is through our reason that we discern what is good and what is right. Once we have discerned it, our actions should naturally follow this rational understanding. To know what is good, but to do otherwise, is a failure of reason, a surrender to impulse or external pressures. This creates inner turmoil, a disharmony within the self, which then projects outward as an inconsistent, unreliable presence. Conversely, when your words and actions are perfectly aligned, There is a powerful congruence about you. You become predictable in the best sense of the word. Predictable in your honesty, predictable in your reliability, predictable in your commitment to your stated values. This predictability builds trust, and trust is the bedrock of all lasting respect, whether in personal relationships, professional interactions, or community leadership. This also means being honest with yourself about your capacity. It's better to say, "I can't commit to that right now, but I'll let you know," than to say, "Yes, absolutely," and then fail to deliver. Saying no when necessary, or being realistic about your limitations, is an act of integrity that strengthens respect rather than diminishes it. It shows that you value your word so highly that you won't offer it lightly or without full intention to uphold it. In essence, aligning your words with your actions is about building an unshakable reputation for integrity. It's about becoming a person whose yes means yes, and whose no means no. It's about understanding that your character is not just what you think you are, but what you do repeatedly. When others observe this consistent, principled behavior over time, they don't just admire you. They come to depend on you, to trust your judgment, and to hold you in genuine esteem. This is respect that goes deeper than superficial admiration. It is respect rooted in the profound understanding of your intrinsic worth and reliability. Perhaps the most challenging, yet ultimately most rewarding aspect of commanding respect without raising your voice is the ability to remain steadfast and resolute in your convictions, even when surrounded by chaos, opposition, or emotional intensity. This is the Stoic ideal of the inner citadel, a fortress of tranquility and reason that remains impervious to external storms. It is the art of staying firm, of holding your ground without ever ceding control of your inner state, without losing your calm in moments of disagreement, conflict, or high pressure. The default human response is often to escalate. Voices rise, emotions flare, and the desire to win the argument can overshadow the pursuit of understanding or resolution. But the Stoic recognizes that true strength isn't found in matching the intensity of an opponent. It's found in maintaining one's own equanimity, in refusing to be dragged into the maelstrom of another's irrationality. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, constantly reminded himself to maintain an unperturbed spirit. He knew that external events are not within our control, but our reactions to them absolutely are. To remain calm when others are agitated, to speak with a level voice when others are shouting, to present reasoned arguments when others are resorting to personal attacks. This is a powerful display of self-mastery that inherently commands respect. Consider a situation where you are being unjustly criticized or challenged. The natural inclination might be to become defensive, to retaliate with your own accusations, or to raise your voice to assert dominance. But imagine the impact of a different approach, calmly listening to the criticism, allowing the other person to fully express their point, and then, without any trace of anger or resentment in your voice, systematically and clearly addressing their concerns, perhaps even acknowledging where their perspective has some validity before presenting your own. This calm firmness disarms the aggressor. It shows that you are confident enough in your position not to resort to emotional theatrics. It demonstrates that you are in control of yourself, and therefore difficult to control by others. This doesn't mean being passive or yielding your ground. On the contrary, it means asserting your boundaries and convictions with an unyielding inner strength. free from the turbulent emotions that often accompany such assertions. It means saying no decisively, but without aggression. It means stating your truth clearly, but without needing to convince through volume. The key lies in understanding the Stoic distinction between what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control how others behave, how loudly they speak, or what opinions they hold, but you can control your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own words, and your own actions. When you internalize this distinction, you free yourself from the need to react impulsively to external provocations. You can then choose to respond strategically, thoughtfully, and calmly. When you stay calm under pressure, you project an image of competence and reliability. In a crisis, the person who remains composed is the one everyone looks to for guidance. This is because their calm demeanor isn't just a facade. It's a reflection of their ability to think clearly, to assess the situation rationally, and to make sound decisions even when the stakes are high. This kind of calm firmness isn't just about managing a single interaction. It's about cultivating a presence that suggests you are a rock in a stormy sea. Think of a negotiator who, in the face of aggressive demands, maintains a calm, unwavering gaze and a steady tone of voice. They are not being weak. They are signaling strength. They are saying, "I am not moved by your intensity. My position is based on reason, and I will not be swayed by emotion." This kind of firmness, devoid of emotional volatility, is incredibly potent. It communicates that your stance is deeply rooted, not a fleeting whim. To practice this, cultivate an awareness of your physiological responses in moments of stress. When you feel your heart rate increase, your breath quicken, or your muscles tense, recognize these as signals that your emotions are attempting to hijack your reason. At that precise moment, take a deliberate, slow breath. This simple physical act can create a tiny yet crucial space between stimulus and response, allowing your rational mind to reassert control. This is where the Stoic practice of detaching from the initial impression comes into play. Observe the emotion without identifying with it. You are not your anger. You are merely experiencing anger. This detachment allows you to choose your response, rather than being swept away by a knee-jerk reaction. Staying firm without losing your calm is ultimately about embodying dignity. It's about recognizing your own worth and refusing to diminish it by descending into emotional chaos. It means treating others with respect, even when they are not affording you the same, because your actions are dictated by your own principles, not by their lack of them. It is a powerful affirmation of your inner strength and a profound statement that you are the master of your own domain. It is through this quiet, unwavering resolve that you not only earn respect, but also inspire it in others, encouraging them to find their own inner calm amidst life's inevitable challenges. We began this journey by imagining what it means to command respect without resorting to noise or aggression. We've explored how controlling your tone, setting firm boundaries, harnessing the profound power of silence, aligning your words with your actions, and remaining unshakably calm in the face of pressure are not just superficial tactics, but deep, transformative practices rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom. What we've discovered together is that genuine respect isn't something you demand, it's something you radiate from an inner core of self-mastery and virtue. It's not about making others fear you, or even simply agree with you, but about inspiring in them an acknowledgement of your steadfast character your unwavering integrity, and your profound self-possession. This is a strength forged not in the clamor of the world, but in the quiet forge of your own mind and spirit. Remember the words of Epictetus. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. True respect doesn't come from external circumstances, from the titles you hold, or the volume of your voice. It comes from the unwavering control you exert over your inner world, your judgments, your reactions, and your commitment to living a life of purpose and integrity. So, I invite you to reflect. How will you begin to cultivate this quiet power in your own life? How will you shift from merely reacting to consciously responding, from being swayed by external forces to anchoring yourself in your inner citadel? How will you become the person whose presence commands not just attention, but deep, genuine respect, not through a raised voice, but through an unshakable, quiet strength that speaks volumes more than any shout ever could? This isn't just about changing how others perceive you. It's about changing how you perceive yourself, and in doing so, transforming your very way of being in the world. If you found value in these Stoic insights, if they've sparked a new way of thinking for you, please show your support by liking this video, sharing it with someone who might benefit, and subscribing to the channel for more explorations into timeless wisdom for modern life. And I truly want to hear from you. Which of these 5 secrets resonated most deeply with you today? What's one step you're committed to taking to embody this quiet power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights enrich this community, and I look forward to reading them. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, stay steadfast, stay calm, and continue to build your inner strength.